New York just made history with major immigration legislation. But what does that mean for your family, our neighbors, and our community? The 2027 state budget includes the most comprehensive package of immigrant protections this state has ever passed. This is what we fought for and what we won. Let me break it down. First, the wins. The new law bans local police from signing 287G agreements, formal contracts that deputize local officers to make immigration arrests on ICE's behalf. This looks like ICE agents showing up on domestic violence calls, using routine traffic stops as cover for deportation raids, inserting themselves into everyday interactions under the guise of public safety, with the actual purpose of tearing families apart. 12 departments in New York already signed these agreements, including Nassau County, where ICE arrests hit record highs. Local law enforcement's job is to protect our communities, not to carry out the federal government's campaign of fear. Here's why this matters. Congress has allocated a whopping $75 billion to ICE's federal budget, on top of its annual $10 billion budget. To put that in perspective, that is roughly 60% larger than the entire federal carceral system. ICE now has more money than the FBI, DEA, and U.S. Marshals combined. With ICE's enormous federal budget and an army of its own, albeit poorly trained agents, New York should not spend a single penny of our state resources or a single minute of our officers' time doing their job for them. Second, ICE is now banned from entering sensitive locations, which means they cannot enter your child's school, your hospital, your church or mosque, or your home without a judicial warrant. This package also protects students, codifying the right of every child to an education. No child in New York can be turned away from free public education because of their immigration status. Third, law enforcement can no longer wear masks on duty. No more hidden rogue agents. If you are exercising power over the public has the right to see your face. Fourth, New York will no longer be allowed to enter into immigration detention contracts with ICE, and all existing contracts must be terminated within 180 days. This means ICE cannot use state prisons to detain innocent people for civil immigration matters. Dignity, not detention, means we prioritize the humanity of our neighbors over the profit motive of detention. And fifth, for the first time, if a federal ICE agent violates your constitutional rights, you now have the ability to sue for civil rights violations in state court, because rights without accountability are not rights at all. We created a new Office of Immigrant Trust inside the Attorney General's office, which will investigate violations and take legal action to protect your rights. I think about Heuri Concepcion, a 19-year-old U.S. citizen from the Bronx, detained by masked agents, assaulted, and nearly lost in a system that never even bothered to check who he was. No one furnished a warrant, they just took him, no questions asked. This legislation is for countless New Yorkers like Heuri, for every parent living in fear that their family will be torn apart, for every child who deserves to walk into school without looking over their shoulder, for all of us who fit the description of immigrant and are otherized by prejudiced authorities who act without consequence. We are not done. Informal coordination between local law enforcement and ICE is still not banned. That is why we must pass the New York For All Act and give our communities the full protection they deserve. I will never stop fighting until every New Yorker, no matter where they were born, no matter what language they pray in, no matter what their status, can live, work, and love without fear. That is what New York stands for, and we are just getting started.